Dtroyt Dave. Yeah. 31 Trey in the building. Dtroyt Dave on the motherfucking track. Yeah, 7 Mile. So I'm from the D, right? Detroit, Michigan, the murder mitten. So just sit back and relax. Let me tell you about my hood. Yes, I'm from the D, bitch. You better get your mind right.
What up, though? It's your boy, Dtroyt Dave. And I'm back at you with another one, man. Happy October to y'all. It's been a crazy year so far, man, with sneaker releases. It's been a crazy year so far in general, right? And that's kind of what brings this episode to you today. So, you see the Nike sign over there. So we're not starting off on a Nike sign today. And you seeing me in front of the camera, so you know it's something a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Today I got a little bit of a treat for y'all. Today I'm gonna share a little bit of extra vulnerability with y'all. But I'm doing it to add something more to your life, my subscribers, the lives of whoever is viewing this video right now. I want to add a little bit more. And so I feel like the vulnerability is justified. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. I believe that you know that since I'm in front of the video, this is probably be a just kicking it. Now, what do y'all think? I got a question. So I shoot pool, right? I like to shoot pool. What do y'all think about the vintage? I don't know if you can see how it's distressed in the collar. But what do y'all think about the vintage Budweiser shooting pool? You know, the billiards t-shirt, man. You know, I used to drink Budweiser. I used to be a big fan of Budweiser. So hold on. There we go. I used to be a big fan of Budweiser. And you know, when I saw the shirt, it was just like, oh, okay. So, you know, I figured I'd throw it on. The vintage look is in these days. The stress look is in these days. It's not necessarily my go-to style, but I figured I would try it out for this video, man. So I went to the vintage Budweiser shirt. What y'all think about it, man? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about it, man. So anyway, a couple months ago, I dropped a pilot episode of this series I was thinking about starting called Just Kicking It. Just Kicking It, the pilot episode. It's available right now. So you can go back. And so if you confused on it, or if you wondering where this came from, go watch. That video is an hour long. It's chocked full of just information, man. You know what I mean? Ideas, requests for you to work with me to help create the best possible content that I can give you guys, right? So that's the essence of Just Kicking It. That was the pilot episode because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but it's on my heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it for you. Like I told you last week in the T23 review, I feel like it's time for another Just Kicking It, man. I didn't get a lot of feedback on the video as far as what direction the subscribers would like me to go in. And so I'm just going to kind of go and do them how I feel. So they're going to be sporadic. Like, y'all know I drop a long form video like y'all watching this right now. If you watching the premiere Friday, 8 o'clock. So you already know what's going on. But the Just Kicking It series is going to be more sporadic, just kind of like throwing it in there just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I might feel like doing 2 Just Kicking It's back to back. Who knows? I mean, but guess whose channel it is? So, I mean, you know, I might not do one for 2 months. But without further ado, This is the first official episode of Just Kicking It, episode 1. And the sneaker that we are going to highlight today is a mean one. It's from over 10 years ago. A beautiful sneaker, right? So we can get into the story about how crazy that we were all going for this package right here that released on Father's Day 2014, along with a dope pair of denim Air Jordan 1s, along with the KD Galaxies. Was it the Galaxies? No, the KDs, excuse me, along with the KDs. So it was a crazy day. And this was a Sunday release too. That's what's crazy about it, man. But y'all see the box. Y'all know what it is. So today's highlighted sneaker will be, I hope that's showing up right. I can't really see it. The Air Jordan 6 Retro from the Cigar and Champagne pack. Now, which one? We about to find out. We about to talk about it. But we about to get into this real quick. And that's going to lead me into a topic. And this topic is dear to me because I think it becomes the focus in every man's life multiple times. Like, this is not one thing where you just get to a certain age and you realize it. Now, where I'm at right now in my life, I've got to a certain age to realize certain things surrounding it, which now refocused my attention here this particular time. But, you know, I was experiencing this when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s multiple times, when I was in my 30s multiple times. So we all will experience this. But this year has kind of been a refocus for me. And so the topic that we're going to get to, hopefully it will be able to assist you in some way and bring a form of prosperity to your life that you may or may not have already had. But if you haven't, it'll just add something. You know what I mean? And y'all can leave in the comments. Now, I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be 25 minutes. Let me see where we at. 8 minutes right now. So it could be 25 minutes. It could be 35 minutes. It could be 45 minutes. I don't know. Like I said, Just Kicking It is really just, I mean, we just kicking it, bro. We literally just kicking it. It's like me and you, we chilling in the sneaker room, talking about kicks. That's really what it is, man. That's the essence of it. And if you want to know in depth the real breakdown of how it got started and how this idea came to me and things like that, then go watch the pilot episode. It's full of information. You're gonna love it. If you got an hour to kill, go watch that, man. Just Kicking It pilot. But I like the stories associated with the sneaker, and then certain things that I'm going through in life, I can kind of relate it to the sneaker. And it's cool because when you sitting with you, like if you're a real sneaker person and you really love sneakers, other people who have other passions, hobbies turn passions in their life, could experience the same thing. People who collect coins, people who collect stamps, people who collect Funko Pops, people who collect Legos, people who collect Pokemon, they all get together and they thing and they essence and they do that, and that's what they do. And people who are really close, I'm sure, do that, and then they discuss other things where they tell stories about when they got that card, when they got this card. So I'm sure it's universal as far as people who have a passion about something in life. But we, you know, this is a sneaker channel, man. For the 15 years that we've been out, it's been, you know, since y'all know Dtroyt Dave via YouTube, it's been about sneakers, right? So, of course, that's what we doing. So, what are we just kicking it about today? Back in 2014, these sneakers were very limited. Both of these, the entire pack was very, very limited. The KDs was limited too, but not as limited. You can hardly find these, man. It was only at House of Hoops. It was at a couple of the foot actions, not all of the foot actions. It was at a couple of the foot actions. And then the boutiques, of course. And then, of course, you got Nike. They did a raffle. That was back when they used to do in-store raffles down here at Nike Linux in Atlanta. I remember going in with my girl at the time. I think I had my son with me. Most likely I had my son with me. And I probably had some other people that used to help me, you know, into raffles and shit like that. So we went in like probably 6 deep in Nike. I don't think we won one pair. Or no, I think I did win one. I think I did win one of them, but I'm not 100% sure. Like the story is fuzzy there. But I know at Wish we definitely got some. So we were lined up. It was a crazy day. Me and some of the guys I was with pulled up like Saturday, sometime in the daytime. I don't know what time it was. And we ain't see nobody there. But then it was like some other guys that was just kind of milling around. And I guess they had maybe parked across the street, because at this particular boutique, there's parking at the store across the street, like in front. But then the boutique actually has its own parking strictly for the boutique behind, like in the back. So most of us just park back there because we used to doing it. Like that's what we, you know, we be doing this. And it was another set of guys who wasn't with us. And I guess they felt like they had been there, or they was coming there to start the line or whatever. And so we peeped them, but we ain't really had words. And then it came to a point where one of us, I don't know if it was me or Rob, one of us just decided, hey, yo, bro, like, we already know it's going to be an issue, bro. Let's just nip this shit in the bud, and let's just talk to these niggas, and whatever these niggas is trying to do, we own. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's talk to them. You know what I mean? You know me, I'm always coming with, I try to address a situation with respect immediately because of where I'm from, what I've seen, the morals, and that's another word that goes with morals. The morals that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like the way you're supposed to be when you address men, you know what I'm saying? So I always lead with the respect. And then if it go left, then hey, that is your choice, sir. So it was a little bit of tension. I remember that. But ultimately what we decided to do, and this is, I like to celebrate times like this because this is times that groups of black men could have created an issue, but instead they were able to work it out. Greater minds prevailed, and they were able to come to an agreement that was suitable for all parties involved with no violence. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up saying, all right, fuck it. For the first 10 people, one of your people go, one of my people go, one of your people go, one of my people go. We worked it out like that. So we was the first 10, because it was like 4 of them. It was maybe 6 of us, or maybe it was 5 of us. And no, it was probably 6 of us. I think it was 6 of us, and it was like 4 of them. So I remember I was number 1. That's the point. I was number 1 in the store. I had to. I was number 1 in the store. So I got my size 11. But the one I was worried about was not this one that we're going to speak about today. The one I was worried about was the other one in the pack, because that shoe was just so cold. The detailing on that shoe, I loved the shoe when I seen it. So I was really worried about being the first one. The first shoe rung up on that register in that boutique on that June 2014 Sunday was that shoe, the Cigar Air Jordan 6. Now the Champagnes, they grew on me over time. But honestly, I thought the shoe was cool. I wasn't thrilled about it. I was thrilled about the cigars. I wasn't thrilled about the Champagnes. But honestly, I felt like, let me go ahead and grab it because the shoe is limited. It's going to be sold out. If I don't want it, I can always sell it. It's probably, this pack probably going to be worth $1,000 in 5 years. But, yeah, this shoe came out, has been pretty much the same price it was when it came out. It pretty much has been the same price, between $380 and $450, bro. Like, it was that when it came out in 2014, and it's that today. Well, I don't know the last time. I haven't even looked them up. But it's funny how that value thing fluctuates. And actually, that's kind of what we're going to talk about, the fluctuation of value in this video. So we're going to get to it. But of course, the foundation, like I said, is sneakers. We 15 minutes in, we still talking about the sneaker. We're going to get to the topic. We're going to get there. So I was number one in the store. One of they mans went behind me. One of my mans went. One of they mans went behind him. I know it was me and my boy Chad, Rob, my son. My son was right behind me. So it was me and my son, my boy Chad, my boy Rob. There's a couple other guys I was running with back at that time. Because, you know, this was 10 years ago. You don't run with the same people doing the sneaker shit. People move on. People, you know. So it was pandemonium for these sneakers, right? And so when you think about this pack, it's the celebration pack, right? This celebrated his first championship, which is why it's the Air Jordan 6, because the Air Jordan 6 in 1991, the first time they beat us, because, you know, we was beating them for the past 2, 3, 4 years. And we had the chip, too. We was back-to-back champions, 89, 90, baby. And then 91, you know, that's when the legend emerged. You know what I'm saying? But, so it's a celebration pack. When you look at this shoe, you think of celebration. You kind of think of money. I mean, it's green. You know what I mean? Money green, just like a Heineken. So it just looks prosperous. It looks like wealth from the box. Because at this time, back in 2014, they wasn't doing a lot with the boxes. You know what I'm saying? Now, they did do some crazy stuff with the Air Jordan boxes, making them trapezoids, and them bitches was flipping all, busting in half and shit. But for the most part, you know, you had the traditional box. Now, this one, nice little flip top. You know what I'm saying? It looks like, to me, it looks like the Remy Martin box or just the champagne box in general. And then you open it up and it's got the red on the inside, just like a Remy Martin bottle. You know what I'm saying? And there you have Dtroyt Dave's Air Jordan 6 champagne. Now, we about to get into this, right? Because this is what Just Kicking It is about. We talk about the sneakers. I tell you the story behind the sneaker, right? And we kicking it. Like you was literally at my crib in a sneaker room. And then we discuss the sneaker, which leads into the topic for today. That's strictly meant to assist you in aspects other than sneakers in your life. Because I want to contribute to your life, man. You know? Cigar and Champizzies. I don't think this shoe is, a lot of y'all seen this shoe, like we all know what this shoe is. I don't think I need to pull both of them out. I don't think I need to pull both of them out. Matter of fact, this would be a great time for an intervention.
Rockin' exclusive Air Jordan number 9s. Yeah, we love to shine. Yeah, we love to shine. Buy them all out and ball out every 7 nights. Yeah, we love to shine. Yeah, we love to shine. Keep them enticed with ice that shine in the light. Yes, I'm from the D, but I'm shining in the A. So I'm kinda like the lights on the interstate. It's more than copping J's, I really gotta contemplate which pair of mics fitted and shirt will I rock today. Not limited to kicks, we talking shirts and outfits. And I possess the ability to go out with a different pair on every day for 5 months, man. Jerseys, jackets, and pants all displaying the chunk, you know they do. And fuck the apparel, I'm crazy with the jewelry. More than acting a fool, practicing tomfoolery. And if you wondering about the wooden eyewear, they French frames with the French name of Cartier. Or call them Cartier.
I hope y'all enjoyed those bars. They was from years ago. Don't worry about it. Champagne, Air Jordan 6. One of the only Air Jordan 6s with a full insole. There are other 6s that may have hits of an insole. Off the top of my head, one I'm thinking about is the Carmine. One I'm thinking about is the Infrared. As a matter of fact, the majority of Air Jordan 6s have the clear hits, but the inner panel is typically just rubber of another color. These and the DB6s. And I think it may be another Air Jordan 6. One or two others. But off the top of my head, these and DB6s are one of the few with a full ice sole on the bottom. So this is dope. What's different about this versus the DB6 is this whole sole glows. As a matter of fact, not only does the whole sole glow, this back tab right here, it glows. This tongue right here, it glows. It's a dope shoe. When I look at this shoe, I think celebration. It looks like a champagne bottle. I more closely associated with the Remy Martin bottle because that's what I grew up drinking. That was the frosty green bottle. It has the bubbles, the texture right here. I'm trying not to let it, because it seems like it's darkening up. The texture shows the bubbles from the champagne all around the sneaker. Which I think the detailing on these is just crazy. To the patent leather overlay over the sneaker. And it's not your traditional patent leather. It doesn't look like an 11 smooth patent leather. This looks like just an overlay right on top of the leather sneaker. So like the details in this particular shoe, I just think make it super crazy. But I think about popping bottles. I think about a celebration. Like I said, it's money green. I think about money when I think about the Air Jordan 6 champagne. And that's what I want to lead into. So today's topic, how shall I categorize today's topic? I could say discussing multiple forms of multiple streams of income. I could say adding passive income. I could simply say just investing is the key to wealth in the future, because I've heard other people say this, multiple other people say it, so I can't just quote one person. But you can't save your way to being wealthy. It doesn't work in that manner. You have to get to a point in life where not only are you satisfying the needs of your lifestyle, your home, things of that nature. However, you also need to have money working for you as well. Money that you don't do anything. You place it somewhere where it grows, right? My particular choice was the stock market. Y'all know I've been in business for years. There's a video on here. Same year these came out, probably about a month before these came out, May of 2014, when I graduated from Coles College of Business, which within Kennesaw State University. I graduated with a business degree, a business management degree. I had already been in management in my personal life as far as different positions that I've held with different companies. And so I've always been interested in business. I believe, me personally, I believe my mind is best suited for business, wealth creation, those types of things. And so I've been that way for many years. And y'all know that I started my business, my sneaker business, because before 2013, I had never thought about selling a sneaker. As a matter of fact, I remember in the 2012 video, I believe it was you can't see the box, I'm pointing over there like you can see the box. GMP pack. August 2012, I believe it was. The Golden Moments pack with the 7 and the 6. Okay. I even made some comments denouncing resellers or reselling at that point. And that was 2012. That was the first year that reselling really started to take off because of the Concords the previous year, and then the Galaxy phone posits at the top of that year. And then just the way things were going with sneakers at that time. So it's funny, right? Because later, I was just a collector at that point. From whenever I started wearing sneakers to 2013, every sneaker purchase was for the purpose of being worn, or even the stuff that I bought, like the DMP pack that I bought not to wear, just to have it in my collection. It was for collection purposes. I wanted to own these things. But in 2013, shout out to my guy Rob, and I've told this story so many times, man. The boy made used car money in the weekend, man. I'll never forget it, man. I seen this man go in there and buy 7 pairs of Bred Ones, highs, men's sizes, and 7 pairs of Bred One highs, grade school sizes. I seen it with my own eyes. I was there. I saw it. 14 pairs of Bred Ones. By Monday, he had like 3 left. And so I said, oh yeah, no, this ain't, no. So I jumped into the sneaker reselling business at the top of 2014. I did it with the Gammas the following week because the Breds came out and then the Gammas came out the following week. So I was able to get a pair. Then I went and stood in line overnight and camped for my pair. No, excuse me. I knew somebody that worked at a sneaker store up there. So I had my 11 on lock. My 11 was good. So I went and stood in line to get a pair to sell. I didn't even make it out the parking lot with that pair. People was asking, yo, who's selling? I ended up, and I just threw a number out there. I said, shit, give me 350. Because they was like 185, I think, maybe. Almost 200 with tax. And I was like, shit, give me 350. First dude passed. The second dude was like, I'll take him. I didn't even make it. You know what I mean? I just flipped the sneaker instantly. I said, okay, this is what we doing. So then that's when I started to get my research on. And the first sneaker that I ever purposely went to, well, I mean, technically the Gamma was, but I'm saying like, when I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. What sneaker is good for me to start doing this with? January 2014. Could have been early February, but I'm thinking January 2014. Ambush Skate Shop. Tiffany Dunk Highs. That was the first official sneaker that I went with the purpose of, I'm going to buy this sneaker so I can sell it to someone else to make a profit. That was the first one. The Gammas was kind of more so just trying it out just to see, okay, well, it's a lot of people here. If I get a pair, somebody probably want to buy it from me type shit. Plus, I went and stood in line, sidebar, I went and stood in line plus because the person that was looking out for me had to wait until the following morning to verify, to make sure that my size was available. So if something went wrong or if I couldn't get my size or nothing close to my size, then I was going to be in line to get my 11. But I got the message like at 6:45 that morning because, you know, that's back when sneaker stores used to open up at like 7:38 and start selling first come, first serve. I got the message that morning. I was good to go. So that's really why I stood in line. And then it became a money thing. With the Tiffany's, that's when it was like, oh no, this is what we doing. And then I remember my first multiple order where I started doing pre-orders was the Carmine. That's when I started letting people know like, yo, if y'all need shoes, I can get them. So y'all might as well let me know. Because at that time I was doing YouTube and people was asking me to help them get sneakers anyway. But I wasn't into reselling, so I just tell them, yo, bro, I just go here, just do this, and then so many people started to inbox me on YouTube. And I mean, of course, Facebook too, because I wasn't on Instagram at that point. I was like, yo, I could really like, I can start making money from this, man, because people keep asking me to get shoes. How I get all my sneakers and all this off YouTube, and then I seen my boy ride with my own eyes. I was in the game. So I've been a collector for so many years, and I've been in business for 11 years. And I would say that the prosperity that one desires is enhanced with investments, right? So this is something new to me. Now I know some of my viewers may have already been on this. Y'all already may have been involved. And I'm not talking about 401ks. If you have a 401k that is from your company and your company is in control of it, that's cool. I'm glad that you have that. It's a safety net for you for when you retire. But I'm talking about hands-on investing where you're making your own decisions on the stocks that you own. And that's a little bit different, right? So I would suggest getting involved. This year, 2025, I have been learning a lot in my 40s. Experiencing a lot in my 40s. A lot of life experiences. Different things just happening right to me. And this was the year that I decided that I wanted to get several things in order. My health since 2023 has already been improving. If y'all look at older videos, y'all can see where I was in the 270s, the 280s. I don't think I've ever been 290, nothing. I think the highest I've ever been was like 285, 287 maybe. I think that's the highest I've ever been. But you can look like now, I slimmed down more than this, but then I picked up probably 20 pounds. So right now I'm probably like 235, you know what I'm saying? But I got some definition going on though. I got some, well, fuck it. But health, importance, my blood pressure, my diet, water intake, how I'm eating, how I'm moving, my activity levels. This is for my health overall, but with a focus on my blood pressure. Spirituality, as far as why I thank God so much, and y'all hear me thank God so much, especially since this year when I've revamped my YouTube channel. Y'all hear me, say something about God or how I was a blessing. My spirituality was something I felt like I needed to dive deeper into. You know what I'm saying? Kind of get a broader sense of myself as well. With the way that I interact with creatures of the opposite sex and just what I've been through, the success that I've had in my life in that area versus the failures that I've had in my life in that area, and how those things affected me and how I just move forward with dealing with those people. And most importantly, the final key piece to my puzzle that I feel like will solidify me into being the man that I desire to be is financially. And so, like I said, towards the beginning of this video, this is a topic that we all deal with. I mean, from the time that you're a teenager and you face the reality that, yo, I'm too old to have to deal with what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Or a sense of independence where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm about to graduate high school, like what I'm about to do type thing. Like I can't, like that's my mom, you know what I'm saying? Some kids, they decide that living with their parents is cool. The lifestyle that they lead is conducive with living at home. And so a lot of kids are adults by the time that they decide to have this feeling. But from as early as a teenager, as early as 15, 16, 17, 18, you can have this feeling. Like, yo, what am I going to do? Like, I got this life in front of me. What am I going to do? And then you get to a point where in your 20s, most of us, I would say probably over 80% of us, by the time we in our 20s, late 20s, we have children, right? But for those that don't, let's say you make it to your 30s, you know, at that point, now it's providing for a family, providing for other people, your children. These are the people you're responsible for, right? So it's no longer just about you. But for a lot of us, this happens in our 20s as well. And then just wanting to have more, you get caught up in they used to call it the rat race. I don't know what it's called now. But you get caught up in the job market, I guess, and you find what you're good at or what you feel suits you. Now, this is for people who obviously don't have a specialized field. Like, you can go to college and not have a specialized field, but you can also go to college and become a biochemist or an engineer or, you know, a marketing agent. You know, there are specialized fields you can go to, obviously, after college. But in whatever field that you get into or whatever direction that you decide to go to, you know, it gets to a point where it's like, yo, I'm doing this, I've done this, you know what I'm saying? But I want more for my life. And so increasing your income becomes a focal point at that point when you have that feeling that I'm talking about. And so what I believe at this point in my life is investing is the key, bro. Like, I'm just being 100% honest with you. That's how I feel. And it's on my heart to share this with you, which is why we just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We just kicking it. Sneakers that make me feel like money. Sneakers that make me feel like celebrating. You know what I'm saying? This is not a sneaker I would just throw on. Like, it would be a reason for me to put this sneaker on, which is why it looks like it looks 11 years later. I probably worn a sneaker 3 times probably. Just because this, to me, this is a statement piece. You put this on for something. So I have decided to take my 401k into my hands, into my own hands. And now I control the investing behind it. Now, the app that I use, that I like to get busy on, is Robinhood. But there are other apps. There are plenty of other apps. Moomoo is a big one. I've been seeing people that I watch, investors that I watch, or people that give up the game on what plays to run in the market. They are getting involved with Moomoo. They got like some sort of special going on. You got Webull, and that gives you a deeper technical analysis. I believe Webull is one of the top apps as far as from what I know of, because I don't know of all of them. I've only been seriously invested. I've been into it for about 3 years, but seriously investing this year. Like, seriously, I made the decision like, yo, I'm about to start doing this January 1st in my house. So, January 2nd, actually. I believe it's the best way to do it. I use Robinhood. You know what I'm saying? You got Webull, you got Moomoo, you got other platforms that you can use. It's just based on how you feel, how the interface works with you. I suggest Robinhood to people that are just getting involved because to me it seems like really the easiest interface. Like, I think it's the most understandable and the easiest use. But you know, you may feel different, you know. What I love about this is once you get involved with it, you realize it's not gambling. Now, sometimes it is a gamble, but if you understand the fundamentals, there are people that do this for a living. There are people that buy and sell stocks. There are people that purchase options on certain stocks, whether it be if they're looking for the price to go up on that particular stock, that would be a call, or you looking for the price to go down based on technical analysis or what you see the price doing when it goes down, that will be a put option. But all these different mechanisms to use the stock market to your advantage are available. And once you learn them, you realize it's a system to these things. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you can do, you can look at that will increase your success rate, right? So I don't want to call it a win rate because it's like, then you looking at it like it's gambling. Like, you go to the casino, oh, I won. With this, it's not really like you won. It's like, okay, my analysis paid off on this one. It's more so of that type of feeling when you get into the technical aspect of looking at the price action of certain companies' stock, right? So it's more of an accomplishment of learning what you're doing and understanding what you're doing versus just putting some money somewhere. Like if you go into the casino and you're betting that the odds are in your favor that you win on whatever that you play. So that's more of a gamble. And I'm sure it's analysis that people can do with that. It's card counters and shit like that. But with the stock market, this is legal. It's something that you can do. And there's so much assistance out there now to where if you really put your mind to it, bro, I believe that you could become successful in the market. Now, this is not like me advertising for any particular person or brand to do anything. Like, I'm just trying to like, yo, we just kicking it, bro. The title of the series is Just Kicking It, bro. We are literally just kicking it. But I think it might be something that you should look into if you're not looking into it. And I'm going to share my personal experience with you. Just first of all, as documentation and commitment to me, right? Because it's like I have certain goals in place. I'm doing certain things. I'm giving out game and different stocks that I like on my Instagram, on my stories, just at various times whenever I look on there and I feel like putting it out there. But as far as me being serious about doing this stuff on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying? It's been paying off. I'm not the greatest. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey for sure. I don't want to say lost. I've been wrong on some of the choices that I've made in the past, and I've been right on a lot of them. And so I want to share my personal journey with you, just to show and document, you know, what I'm doing, to see where I started from, where I'm going, to have that commitment to me to continue to push forward and be serious about this, because I do want to involve this in my lifestyle. Like, I want to be a trader as well. Because I just believe it's just the best way. It's just the best way to create wealth for yourself and the people that depend on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it boils down to. And we all want to be out here. We want to stay able to walk around and do what you want to do with your family, if you catch my drift. So we need ways to increase our income that will be safe and sound for the future and the family, things that you can introduce your children into. And so I'm excited about sharing this with you because, you know, it just shows where I've come from and how you can involve it in your life. Like I said, bro, I've been dabbling in the trading, the stock market, the option market since late 2022. But 2025 is when I became serious. I think my earliest option play will be about exactly 3 years ago, like either October 22 or November 22. I'm pretty sure it was October 22. October of 2022, if I look on my app, was probably my first time that I invested in an option. So about 3 years ago is when I started. But just this year, bro, and I'm going to share this with you. Obviously not to brag at all. I mean, when you see these numbers, it's nothing spectacular at all. But just to show you, you know, decisions that you can make that can help your wealth grow over time. And the more effort that you put into it to learn, then your efforts, people that's making, bro, it's this dude named Aristotle, man. This man had an account he started at the beginning of this year, I think with 10,000. That shit got $4 million in it, bro. There's people that's making hundreds of $1,000s doing this. Now, obviously, people that's making that type of money have to have expendable income, money that you are able to invest. You have to have $5,000 to $10,000 to invest like that to have those types of days, right, in one day. But for the more simple man, like I consider myself to be, You know, you're only gonna start with a few dollars. You know what I mean, 100, maybe a few $100. You know what I'm saying? At the most, 1,000. You might have 1,000 that you're able to invest at once. And so you have to learn and be mindful. You have to be precise. You have to make decisions based on some sort of indicator, right? You don't want to just make a decision because you looked at this chart and you like the way the line looked. The line been going up, so we just gonna get in there. And that's the only reason why you invest in it. Now, that plays a part. Price action obviously is the backbone of, stock trading. But that should never be your only indicator. Oh, just because this line, because the day you invest, the next week is when that can fall off because it was overbought, or fall off because of a news story, or fall off because the CEO was found out to do this. You never know. Or fall off because I'm sure people that invested a lot in 2019 and said 2020 is going to be the year for like a new bar. Well, in March of 2020, everybody was in the house. So how can that person who just invested tens of thousands of dollars now make money and sustain this new investment with no income? You just spending out thousands of dollars a month for a place like that. So it can be the time where it's just ready to fall off in that industry. So looking at the price action alone should never be the reason why you choose to invest in a particular company. It should be multiple indicators, right? But when you start understanding that, and you start to make decisions based on what you've seen, based on history, based on what you know about that company, based on the profitability model, based on the sector in which that particular stock is in. The whole tech sector just may be up at this point. So multiple tech stocks, Nvidia, AMD, Meta, multiple will be up. You know what I'm saying? So it's different reasons and different influences on the market. Plus, you have to understand there's always market corrections. There's always going to be a time where your stock, the best stock ever, is going to go down at some point. It could go down hundreds of dollars depending on how good it is. Netflix trading at $1,200 right now, $1,300. So Netflix can have a bad day and lose 300 and go from 1,300 to 1,000 in one day. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? And you need to understand the technical aspect of trading so that you look at the price action for confirmation that your decision is right, and not just look at the price action and base it strictly off the lines that you see or the candlesticks that you see if you're getting involved. You know what I'm saying? So at the beginning of the year, right, I made a decision. I've had certain sneakers in my collection for years. I mean, I've had basically every sneaker that I've wanted for the most part. The only one that I never had that I wanted, like really, really wanted, that was grail status, would be the these pink motherfuckers, man. What you call them? Rose. What are they called? I'm having a brain fart right now, but those Air Jordan 1s came off the social status yacht, the boat. You had to be on the boat in Miami to get them, along with the igloos. But that's the only one that ever evaded me. I was stupid, and I'm punishing myself by never buying it because I had the opportunity to buy it from someone I knew personally, so I knew it was legitimate for $700. I could have had both of them for $1,200, bro. I could have had the rose pinks or the igloos. Russ. I keep saying rose. Excuse me. Russ pinks and the igloos, $1,200. I know. Now you look up that shoe, 6 bands. But anyway, that's the only shoe that ever evaded me. So shoes that I've had in my collection that have been like high, you know what I'm saying? I've had Fragment Air Jordan 1s personally in my collection. I've had both Cause Air Jordan 4s in my collection at one point. I've had all the Dorenbeckers that I've ever wanted. I've had Paranorman foams in my collection. I've had band Air Jordan 1s with the X on the back. And my personal favorite like what I consider to be the holy grail to my collection was my tan net Air Yeezy ones, the Nike Air Yeezy ones, man. Like that shoe was just so beautiful, man. I loved it. It was in such good condition. But I've got all these sneakers, right? What if I could be sitting on the start of $1 million in 5 years, in 7 years, in 10 years from today, right? So I met up with a celebrity. You probably seen this guy before. I met up with him at an undisclosed location down here somewhere in Atlanta. And he was interested. We met up and I sold him the shoe. I took that seed money and I started off the year with 3.2, right? So I started off this IRA with, as a matter of fact, it was $32.50, but I invested in Robinhood Gold. So that was $50. They was doing it because it's $5 a month, $60. But if you do it for the whole year, it was $50. They was running a promotion. I think they did another promotion where it was even cheaper than that. You could have got it for like $40 one time. But Robinhood Gold, so it was like basically $3,200. And I started in January. Man, listen, let me tell you something, bro. Late March, early April, I looked at that account because I'm explaining to you how it feels when you do this and you really putting your own money to the test, right? Bro, I was looking at that shit in April. I was damn near sick, bro. I said, oh no. I said, you know what, man? What if this was the wrong decision? What if I've made the wrong decisions with what I've invested in? What if it was tough during that time, bro? I looked at the numbers just wasn't, I was like, bro, what? I lost what? But then, you know, the important thing that you have to remember once you understand the basics and the foundation of the things that you need to know in order to be able to trade properly, one of the things that's more of a discipline thing for yourself is you want to never trade with emotion. You want to trade based on indicators, certain indicators, right? You always want to base on certain indicators of the company, of the price action, things like that, right? So I believed in the companies that I was investing in. I also was having some luck with some options as well, which caused me to invest more into certain stocks. And then it grew and grew, and I'm damn near like I'm kissing 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's damn near 2K. And what today is October 10th. I started January 2nd, so that's like 10 months. 10 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So in 10 months, now obviously this would not be life-changing money. You know what I mean? I can't, you know, but it's for my future. And I created this account in an IRA on purpose, right? So that, because like a 401k is a retirement account, right? And you can borrow against it, things like that. You can pull it out. And I think you might have to pay certain penalties with this particular account that I have. If you pull it out, it's definitely penalties that you pay. You get heavily taxed on that shit, right? So, but if you leave it in there until the retirement age, then you good to go. You know what I mean? It's all yours. So this is like me thinking towards when I have grandchildren, and like when I'm at that area, of my life where it's later and I won't be able to work. I won't be able to get up, or either it will be very trying on me to continue to work, you know, to get a job at greeting at Walmart type age. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to enjoy it, bro. I want to be able to leave more to my children than just a wonderful sneaker collection. You know what I'm saying? So just in this short period of time, just seeing what I'm doing, I have so much belief in the future. Putting energy into investing my own money. And I think it's something that would enhance your life if you're not already doing it. Now, if you already doing it and you on a level, then you already know what's up, man. I don't gotta, what can I say to you? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there are teenagers that watch my content, my sneaker content. There are young men, there are men of my age that just may have never thought about getting into it. Like me, I was I was in my 40s before I started to dabble in the stock market. I believe that it's definitely going to add income. It's going to add passive income, and it's going to lead you to the creation of wealth that you would desire for yourself and the people that depend on you in the future. So this Just Kicking It was about money, man, prosperity, celebration, celebrating the fact that if you didn't have this way, now you have a whole nother source of income that you can tap into at your fingertips that doesn't require any specialized degree. It doesn't require for you to know anybody or be with a specific company or have a specific set of skills. This is something that anybody can start. Just like when you take a class in school, you just go to class with learning. Hey, what is an option? I heard, Dave, you said something about when the price go down, you said it's called a put. And you said, hold on. You said when the price go up, it's called a call option. Like what does that mean? When you at that level, go to class, man. It's a lot. And if you are interested in my personal journey as far as like what I'm doing, what I have done, how I learned, what I know now, how I'm continuing to build, and who I look at for guidance, you can hit me up, man. All you gotta do is just leave it where? Right there. You already know. I ain't gotta say the word. You know where to leave it. And you know you can hit me, and then I'll definitely respond and let you know who I rock with. I already kind of gave y'all a gem with Aristotle. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know him or if y'all look him up, he's doing wonderful things over there, man. That man that moved to Puerto Rico on us, man. Him and his family, he out of here, man. They up. So shout out to him. Like but anyway. But if you're interested in something like that, let me know. I will definitely share because I made this video to assist you. Like I said, you my man. I've invited you over. We've known each other for a while. I've invited you over to talk sneakers. So we in my sneaker room. And then, I was just talking about sneakers, and then I thought about this pack and how people went crazy for it in 2014. And how I thought it was going to be worth so much money. Oh, money. It's a green shoe. It makes you think of money. Green, gold, money. It looks like a celebration shoe. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a champagne bottle. Yo, money, prosperity, wealth. Yo, bro, you ever thought about jumping into the stock market? Just kicking it, man. I appreciate y'all time. This has been a super long video, but I feel like it was worth it. You can always choose not to watch it if you feel like, I'm gonna have to pause this. If you feel like the length is too much for you to handle, pause. Then you can always choose not to watch the video. But maybe it's you just at a time in your life where you needed like a little bit of a nudge from wherever, an unexpected place. And here you got Dtroyt Dave's premiere Friday night, this second weekend in October. Yo, what Dave talking about tonight, man? I seen the Champagne 6. I wonder what's going on, man. So it could be that. It could be it was just the time in your life to hear it. It could be you already been getting into it, but you ain't really been doing too much with it because you might have put a little $80 in there and that didn't go the way you wanted it, so you kind of backed up off of it because you really ain't got the money to be losing right now. This might be that, you know what I mean, for you. Or you could be well involved and you could be seeing this and you could be further along than me. Say you've been doing this since COVID. So you got 2 more years on me. You've been doing this for 5 years. And you might be able to hit me and say, yo, Dave, I think you should do this with your account. You know what I mean? Whatever. Or just bounce ideas off of me. Any level that you at, I just want to add. We just kicking it, bro. We just kicking it, man. So I definitely appreciate y'all for sitting through this video. And if y'all feel like it, y'all welcome to give me ideas on future topics that we could sit in a sneaker room and just kick it about. And if not, I'm just gonna do it whenever I feel like it, because guess whose channel it is? It's your boy, Dtroyt Dave. I'm gonna compare them Lightnings to them Tokyos for you next week, man. I appreciate you.
On the gas as you pass the Renaissance. Looking for a laugh and you